And shifting focus to Vietnam, once a clear winner in the US-China trade war, Vietnam has been a magnet for global manufacturers, with tech giants like Apple and Huawei moving production from China to its shores. But now the tide may be turning. US President Donald Trump's potential tariffs threaten to upend Vietnam's years of hard-won economic gains. In the latest, reports say that to avoid Trump's trade war with Beijing, Chinese companies are fueling almost 1 in 3 new investments in Vietnam. Now, the shift appears set to increase Vietnam's vulnerability as the next target of Trump's tariff wars, especially as the Chinese investors pour money and resources into Southeast Asian economic hotspot. Chinese companies accounted for 28% of the new projects in Vietnam in 2024, up from 22% in the year 2023. And there is another layer to this economic shift. Chinese exporters are rerouting their shipments through Vietnam, using it as a backdoor to obtain a new certificate of origin, a tactic widely condemned as illegal. Now, Hanoi says it has increased its due diligence on Chinese products and investments to avoid potential US tariffs. But despite the promise to push back what is essentially an illegal Chinese investment practice, Vietnam remains highly exposed to Trump's threats of reciprocal tariffs. Trump's threat to levy 25% tariffs on steel imports could also hit Vietnam, which is America's 5th biggest supplier of the metal. At the same time, Trump's tariffs have targeted countries with big trade surpluses with the US, and here Vietnam stands on slippery ground. Its trade surplus with the US reached a record $123.5 billion last year, the 3rd largest after China and Mexico. Now, if Trump's tariffs go into effect, Vietnam's economic boom could face a major setback, threatening investments and stalling one of the world's fastest-growing economies. Vietnam's rise since the 2010s has been a blueprint for economic success in the developing world. But as Trump's trade policies return to the global stage, can Vietnam hold its ground?
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogon, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.